Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show. Before I get on out of here, I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly, it involves Caitlyn Clark.
Could a single handshake, backed by an unthinkable sum, rewrite the entire future of women's sports as we know it? Imagine an icon, a generational talent, at the peak of her power, suddenly facing an offer so monumental it would shake the very foundations of global athletics, an offer that doesn't just promise wealth, but promises to fundamentally redefine the economic ceiling for female athletes across the planet. And then, picture a voice as bold and ubiquitous as Stephen A. Smith, seemingly confirming the unbelievable. A revelation that reverberated through every sports desk and fan forum across the globe. The sports world isn't just buzzing, it's absolutely reeling from the seismic ripples of acclaim that suggests Caitlyn Clark, the basketball sensation who has already left an indelible mark on the record books, might just be on the precipice of inking a $1 billion deal with a Saudi league. A possibility that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about professional sports, its finances, and its global influence. Caitlyn Clark isn't just an athlete. She's a phenomenon, a cultural earthquake that didn't just shatter records, but obliterated expectations alike, dragging millions of new eyes to a sport that had long yearned for such mainstream recognition. From the moment she stepped onto the college court with the Iowa Hawkeyes, her name became synonymous with pure, unadulterated dominance. A player whose talent was so undeniable, so captivating, that it transcended traditional basketball fandom. She wasn't merely scoring points, she was rewriting history with every triple-double, every audacious half-court shot, setting new benchmarks for viewership in women's basketball that consistently outdrew major men's sporting events. Her long-range bombs, her unparalleled court vision, her sheer audacity and competitive fire, it all combined to create a spectacle unparalleled in recent memory, transforming every matchup into a must-watch event. She didn't just play the game, she elevated it, inspiring a new generation and carving out a legacy that will echo for decades, not just in statistics, but in the hearts and minds of millions who suddenly found themselves glued to women's basketball. The numbers alone are mind-boggling, from becoming the NCAA's all-time leading scorer to consistently packing arenas. But her true impact lies in the way she captivated an entire nation, sparking conversations about women's sports that had rarely, if ever, reached such a fever pitch. Her much-anticipated transition to the professional ranks with the Indiana Fever wasn't just a draft pick. It was a coronation, a clear signal that a new, transformative era had dawned for the WNBA. Despite her stratospheric rise and undeniable market power, despite being a certified box office draw and merchandise magnet, the cold, hard reality of professional sports compensation hit home with her rookie WNBA contract. While she commands millions in lucrative endorsements with global brands like Gatorade, Nike, and State Farm, her WNBA salary, a respectable but comparatively modest sum of roughly $76,000 for her inaugural season, sparked widespread debate and even outrage among fans and pundits. This stark, glaring contrast between her immense, undeniable value to the league, her ability to generate unprecedented revenue and viewership, and her on-court pay laid bare the ongoing struggle for equitable compensation in women's professional sports. Fans, celebrities, and even high-profile politicians alike questioned how a player of her caliber, a generational talent who single-handedly moved the needle for an entire league, could earn so little compared to even average male athletes, many of whom enjoy multi-million-dollar annual contracts. It illuminated a systemic issue, a deep-seated disparity in revenue sharing, marketing, and investment that continues to fuel discussions about the WNBA's long-term growth trajectory, its revenue streams, and its ability to properly recognize and reward its most valuable assets. The conversation around her salary wasn't just about Caitlyn Clark. It became a potent flashpoint for the entire narrative surrounding women's athletics and the significant economic hurdles they still face in achieving true parity. Now, into this landscape, where a global superstar earns a comparatively humble league salary, steps a new, incredibly wealthy, and often controversial player: Saudi Arabia. The kingdom isn't just dabbling in sports. It's orchestrating a full-scale, aggressive invasion of the global athletic arena. With its ambitious Vision 2030 plan, a sweeping national strategy aimed at diversifying its economy away from its traditional reliance on oil, global sports have become a cornerstone, a flagship component of this monumental transformation. We've seen it with LIV Golf, which upended the established PGA Tour by luring golf's biggest stars with astronomical, guaranteed payouts that dwarfed traditional prize money, sparking a seismic power struggle that continues to reshape the sport. We've witnessed it in football, with the Saudi Pro League transforming virtually overnight into a magnet for legendary players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Karim Benzema, and a host of other European stars, all drawn by multi-hundred-million-dollar deals that redefine what an athlete can earn in their twilight years. Beyond that, the kingdom has invested heavily in Formula One racing, hosting Grand Prix events, and has become a preferred destination for high-profile boxing mega fights. Critics often decry these aggressive financial maneuvers as sports washing, an attempt to burnish the nation's image and deflect attention from its human rights record and other geopolitical controversies through high-profile sporting events. But the undeniable, stark truth is, Saudi money is relentlessly reshaping the global sports landscape. And no athlete, no league, no sport seems immune to its almost irresistible allure. Their financial might, fueled by sovereign wealth funds, is practically unmatched, and their ambition knows absolutely no bounds, constantly searching for the next big opportunity to make an emphatic statement on the world stage. This is precisely where Stephen A. Smith, arguably the most dominant and influential voice in sports media, enters the fray, a man whose pronouncements echo across virtually every sports debate and news cycle. He's never one to shy away from controversy, never one to pull punches, and his bold declarations often become the immediate talk of the town, shaping narratives and igniting fervent discussions. Recently, amid the swirling, intense discussions about Clark's relatively modest WNBA salary and the broader, untapped potential of women's sports, Smith reportedly weighed in with a comment that sent instantaneous shockwaves through the entire sports ecosystem. While the precise specifics of his confirmation remain somewhat cloaked in a bit of mystery and journalistic ambiguity, was it a direct, verifiable statement from a source, an informed speculation based on insider knowledge, or a provocative question artfully designed to ignite a fiery debate? The sheer weight of his words, combined with the explosive context of Saudi Arabia's aggressive and well-documented sports investments, sparked an immediate and intensely visceral reaction. The internet exploded with frantic speculation. News outlets dissected every possible angle with breathless anticipation, and fans grappled with the profound implications of what Smith was purportedly suggesting. His unparalleled position as a dominant media personality and opinion leader means that even a nuanced observation or a carefully worded hint can quickly morph into a headline, grabbing confirmation, especially when tied to such a sensational, globally recognized figure like Caitlyn Clark, and an astronomical sum that defies belief. The figure itself, $1 billion, is almost beyond human comprehension for an individual athlete, especially one in women's sports. To put its mind-boggling scale into perspective, the highest-paid athletes across all sports, be it football, basketball, soccer, or golf, rarely, if ever, see individual deals approach this magnitude, even when accounting for the entirety of an illustrious career, let alone a single transformative signing bonus or multi-year contract. Legends like Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo have signed contracts worth hundreds of millions, but a billion-dollar figure for a single athlete remains almost mythical. For Caitlyn Clark, whose initial WNBA contract pales dramatically in comparison, a $1 billion offer wouldn't just be life-changing, it would be epoch-making, a moment that would reverberate through history. It would utterly redefine the economic ceiling for female athletes worldwide, smashing every existing precedent and resetting the bar to an unimaginable height. Such a colossal sum would grant her unprecedented autonomy, market power, and influence, allowing her to dictate terms and shape her career trajectory in a way few athletes, male or female, have ever been able to. The sheer audacity of the number itself transforms this from a simple contract negotiation into a geopolitical sports power play, forcing everyone, athletes, agents, leagues, and governments, to fundamentally reconsider the true global value of a certified superstar. But this jaw-dropping potential deal, while offering unimaginable wealth, is undoubtedly fraught with unseen implications, leading to a complex and deeply challenging moral crossroads. The ethical dilemmas surrounding Saudi investments in global sports are extensive, controversial, and well-documented, generating constant debate. Accusations of sports washing are never far from the surface, with critics vociferously arguing that these massive financial outlays are strategically designed to distract from the nation's troubling human rights records, its treatment of women, and other widely reported geopolitical controversies. For an athlete like Caitlyn Clark, whose persona is often tied to inspiration, breaking barriers, and authentic leadership, aligning herself with such a venture would undoubtedly draw immense scrutiny and a torrent of immediate severe backlash from all corners. She would face intense pressure from fans who feel betrayed, from media outlets eager to expose hypocrisy, and from powerful human rights organizations forcing a difficult and agonizing choice between unprecedented, generational wealth and deeply perceived moral compromises. The public reaction would be swift and potentially overwhelmingly negative, potentially overshadowing her athletic achievements with divisive political and ethical debates, sparking a firestorm of criticism that transcends the basketball court entirely. This isn't just about money. It's profoundly about legacy, about public perception, and about the fundamental values an athlete chooses to represent to the world. So, where does Caitlyn Clark, the undeniable face of a new era, stand amid this maelstrom of swirling speculation, staggering sums, and complex ethical questions? She is, at present, laser-focused on her burgeoning WNBA career, diligently navigating the intense demands of professional basketball, the constant scrutiny, and the physical grind of cementing her status as the league's newest and most captivating face. Yet, the persistent whispers of a billion-dollar Saudi offer, dramatically amplified by influential figures like Stephen A. Smith, will undoubtedly loom as a powerful, unavoidable shadow over her future decisions and her long-term career trajectory. Is it a legitimate, concrete proposal waiting in the wings, a strategic leak orchestrated to test the waters, or simply a provocative thought experiment that got wildly out of hand, morphing into a global sensation? Regardless of its ultimate veracity, the The sheer discussion and intense debate surrounding such a monumental deal has fundamentally and irreversibly altered the conversation around athlete value, especially for women in sports. It has opened a Pandora's box of previously unimaginable possibilities and profound ethical quandaries, forcing everyone to confront a future where unprecedented, almost unfathomable wealth could redefine loyalty, ambition, moral boundaries, and the very landscape of professional athletics as we know it. This saga, whether it ultimately culminates in an actual signed contract of this magnitude or remains a potent, lingering hypothetical, has indelibly stamped itself on the narrative of sports history. It forces us, as fans and observers, to collectively ask profound questions. What is the true, ultimate price of a generational talent like Caitlyn Clark? What lines, ethical or otherwise, are athletes truly willing to cross for unimaginable, life-altering wealth? And what immense responsibilities, both personal and public, come inextricably linked with such unparalleled power and influence? The world watches, breath held, as the future of sports and money, talent and ethics collides in a spectacle unlike any other, leaving us all to wonder what shocking revelation awaits next and how this saga will ultimately be resolved. The game, it seems, has truly changed forever, in ways we are only just beginning to comprehend. Traditional prize money sparking a seismic power struggle that continues to reshape the sport. We've witnessed it in football, with the Saudi Pro League transforming virtually overnight into a magnet for legendary players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Karim Benzema, and a host of other European stars, all drawn by multi-hundred-million-dollar deals that redefine what an athlete can earn in their twilight years. Beyond that, the kingdom has invested heavily in Formula One racing, hosting Grand Prix events, and has become a preferred destination for high-profile boxing mega fights. Critics often decry these aggressive financial maneuvers as sports washing, an attempt to burnish the nation's image and deflect attention from its human rights record and other geopolitical controversies through high-profile sporting events. But the undeniable, stark truth is, Saudi money is relentlessly reshaping the global sports landscape. And no athlete, no league, no sport seems immune to its almost irresistible allure. Their financial might, fueled by sovereign wealth funds, is practically unmatched, and their ambition knows absolutely no bounds, constantly searching for the next big opportunity to make an emphatic statement on the world stage. This is precisely where Stephen A. Smith, arguably the most dominant and influential voice in sports media, enters the fray, a man whose pronouncements echo across virtually every sports debate and news cycle. He's never one to shy away from controversy, never one to pull punches, and his bold declarations often become the immediate talk of the town, shaping narratives and igniting fervent discussions. Recently, amid the swirling, intense discussions about Clark's relatively modest WNBA salary and the broader, untapped potential of women's sports, Smith reportedly weighed in with a comment that sent instantaneous shockwaves through the entire sports ecosystem. While the precise specifics of his confirmation remain somewhat cloaked in a bit of mystery and journalistic ambiguity, was it a direct, verifiable statement from a source, an informed speculation based on insider knowledge,